What's up, YouTubers? Today I'll bring you guys a deck profile on the new Liberators. So, cause of school, so I did not put any video up lately, and I'll put it up now. So let's get started. So for the starter, it's a new Spring Breeze Messenger for Liberator. So it has the same effect as Spring Breeze, but it's free cost as long as your Vanguard's in Legion, and you get to shuffle your deck, which is better than Spring Breeze, cause there is good part about Spring Breeze because you can stack your deck. But the good thing about this, you most likely use it late game, so it helps you to shuffle your trigger again. So you get double trigger a lot easier than before. So because most of the card in the deck, you check top and then call one, put the rest to the bottom deck, which you don't shuffle. But this lets you shuffle, so it gives you more advantage. And now let's get on to the grade 3. We have our main card of the deck, 4 Prominence Glare. So before the deck came out, I was playing 2 glare only because I thought it's a finisher. But now, you most likely write this anyway. So and then after writing it, you just swing with this card. So card's ability is Legion shuffle back 4 to search for Regulation Aggravel, which is this. You can see the Legion art. Like this. So Legion ability is counterblast 1. When a rear guard, when it's called from the deck to the field, you may counterblast 1, discard a blue flame card in its name, and for this turn it gains a crit. Also, when this card attacks, your opponent may not use grade 1 or higher to guard, but from hand, but they could intercept. That's the same. So with this card, it prevents your opponent from guarding with perfect shield, and is a 20k when in Legion. So with a booster, it's a 27. So your opponent, if your opponent's at 11, your opponent will have to drop 25k shield just for 2 to pass, 30 shield for no pass, and if you have enough counterblast, you could do this every single turn. So second ability is counterblast 1. Choose one of your gold pattern rear guard on the field and retire it. Then chuck top 4 to superior call Liberator to the field, and then put the rest to the bottom deck. So basically, this second ability gives you let you go off for the second effect, because you by counterblasting 1, you automatically call 1 unless 4 of them trigger, which you don't want to call. But this is most likely not going to happen. 4 triggers not going to happen. 3 happens a lot, but 4 no. So you automatically call 1, then you use Legion skill to discard a blue flame, then use then swing Vanguard. So it's 27 with a booster, with a 7k booster though. Yeah, because Legion is 20, which it doesn't has like ability like when this card attack gains 2k or something, so which is pretty bad for some part. But this to nullify, to not nullify, to no perfect, it's already good. But your opponent can intercept, so which is not that great. So the thing with this is you usually use a rear guard to swing on their opponent's rear guard that can intercept, and then you swing with glare, so they have less guard for its effect, so which is pretty good. You win game with this a lot, so that's because it's 2 crit Vanguard with no perfect or higher, so this helps you win game a lot easier than other stuff. Also for Glory is a glorious effect is Ultimate Break, I think, yeah. Which this is different. You could use it at 2 counterblasts. At 2 damage, you can use it as long as you have 2 counterblasts. Because if you have no starter, you could just use second effect, then first effect. So give you early game 2 crit push. So this is pretty nice. And then for other grade 3 is Blue Flame Liberator Perseverance. So it's a free card. When you perform Legion, you automatically call 1 from top 4 and then rest on the bottom, and when this card attacks, you gains 2k. That's basically it. But you most likely use it for this skill to ditch. You could either ditch yourself or ditch Perseverance, but after no counterblast, if you run out of counterblast, you write this because it gives you a free call, and then there's less card in the deck and more trigger in the deck, so it's good as well. So if you don't finish your opponent with this and you run out of counterblast, this is your option to go in. So it helps you a lot. Then for grade 2, we have our Regulation Aggravel. So it's a new version of Vanguard, which is a Legion made for Glare. As you all know now, look like this. So skill is when this card attacks, if your Vanguard is blue flame, which is obvious because you're only running blue flame Vanguard for Glare's effect. It's a 11k beater, and second ability is when this card's called from the deck, so you could soul blast 1 after calling it. Then look at top 5 for blue flame card, which is a grade 3 searcher at grade 2 when you have the other version of Aggravel by counterblast 1 to call this. And then shuffle your deck. So if you are Greylock for grade 3 and you have both Aggravel in your hand, so you could just call the other Aggravel to rearguard and then counterblast 1. If you search out this, you could do another search to search for a grade 3. So which is pretty nice, and it help you to build up your drop zone because it's soul blast 1. So you could soul blast something like if you're at grade 3 and you use starter's effect. So pretend you're at grade 3 writing this already. So, and you're Legion already. No, you did not. Yeah, you're Legion already. And you could soul blast 1. No, you could put this into soul starter, and if you superior card this, you usually write this though. So you soul blast this out, and then you search for a grade 3, and then use this effect to ditch it. So which is 3+, because you don't lose any card from your hand. Also, it's pretty nice. I think this card's really good. Plus it's a mate, so you have to run 4. Then up for other mate, it's our original Aggravel. So counterblast 1 to when this is placed on rare, you could check top 3 to call Liberator rearguard to the field, and put the rest to the bottom. But the thing is, they all need to be open arm. So remember that. So it lets you to superior call 1 for just 1 counterblast, which is pretty nice. And stack trigger because you put them all to the bottom. Then late game starter will shuffle it, and then you get everything. Or when you Legion, you shuffle the deck anyway. So more trigger means win. That's simple. Because you double trigger your opponent, your opponent lose most likely. And it's also the mate for Percival, so that's what I for. For last grade 3, I run 3 Blaster Blade Liberator. Okay, so a lot of people will have question on this, because most people will run Lawful Trumpeter. But the thing I run this, everyone should know, for its on counterblast. I don't use its counterblast to retire. I use its the grade 1 to on counterblast, because with Glare, you use too much counterblast. I played it a lot. I tested it out a lot. You use out too much counterblast, which you don't finish your. If you don't finish your opponent in time, you lose the game, because you're running out of resource and you cannot. But 27 is good, so then most likely you still win. But I really like the counterblast because early game, you will counterblast with this for during grade 2. If you have these 2 in hand, you will ride this and you will call this, and you counterblast 1 for this effect. So it's already 1 counterblast. If you don't get heal trigger, that's already 1 down. So with Glare skill early game, if you actually activate effect early game, your opponent will not guard. So there's no point. That's why it makes the deck counterblast heavy. So that's why I run 3 Blaster Blade to on counterblast, not for the skill. Plus is the avatar of the deck, so why not? For grade 1 lineup, we have our 4 perfect art. Now I don't run the new one because I think Mark is still good, a lot better because the original one anyway. So, and they use it in all anime. So you did see the new perfect art getting into drop zone, but when they guard, they still use Mark. So I think Mark is still good. And even though the new one has a skill that you could discard any card inside the same clan, but the thing is, with this deck, you are not running like Sing Abyss that you have to put 2 stuff together, which running the Seeker Perfect Guard would be good. So that's why this Perfect Guard is nice. So it doesn't really matter. Then for the other grade 1, we have our 4 Joseph. The deck superior costs a lot more than the old one, which is Alfred, the round table. So you get this effect a lot easier. Sorry guys. So that's 1, draw 1 is 3+ and let you fill up your drop zone. So I really like the card. That's why it's 4. Then for other grade 1, we have 3 Bruno. Bruno's plus of the deck. Cause grade 2 rush. This is really good. And late game with Glare, this is really good. If you're hitting against, like, let's see, Brawler, the CardFight version, the Big Bang. Putting this behind Vanguard and with this Vanguard skill to counterboss one to retire one, you are swinging for 30, and 30k is a lot, cause your opponent is at, let's see, 13. So 30 means they have to drop 25k shield to make 2 pass like normal, and 30k shield for no pass. Cause if you're swinging for 27, so your opponent will only drop 2 10k shield for 2 pass. So that's 5k less, which why this card's so good in the deck. Still good, even though you don't play Alfred anymore. And for our last great one, everyone knows now, is Unflipper. So it flips the damage, so which helps a lot. That's why I play it. Then up for the triggers, we have 10 crit. I play 10 crit. For Ebola, 4 of the other kind of buck, and 2 more of this. So the reason why I run 10 crit is because you have a double crit Vanguard, so and your opponent using grade 0 to guard. If they no guard, you want to draw check more crit, so your opponent guaranteed lose the game. Cause what I haven't been playing before is like 3 damage. Okay, they no guard. No, 4 damage they no guard. So 2 damage. Last damage is a heal trigger, make them survive, and then I sometimes lose because of the hand. Because you're making a full field most likely. That's why this 10 crit helps you a lot, because if you swing with a Legion of, Legion of 20, let's put it as 27, with skill your opponent no guard, you try to check a crit, at least 1, makes you win the game, because 6 damage heal will not help them, unless they got double heal trigger, which, that's why I run 10, to make sure I got, try to get double crit. And then we have our 4 heal, obviously, because heal is always nice. And with the format now, you could return heal trigger from the drop zone, so it means more than 4 heal trigger. That's why it's really plus. And then 2 draw trigger. You could run stand trigger if you want. I run draw trigger because I want hand, so that's why I still run it. Because Joseph's not enough for you to get hand, and regulation accurate route, it only gives you grade 3 for glare to ditch, so it's not counted as a hand, because you cannot use it to guard, so which is pointless. That's why I run 2 draw, just to be safe. But you can run stand trigger if you want, because stand trigger lets you superior call and shuffle the deck as well. So it's your personal choice. That I cannot say anything on it, so it's your choice. And if you want to play 4 draw and 8 crit, you could. So there you have it, guys. This is a deck profile for the Bluish Flame Liberator, and thanks for watching. I'll see you during the next deck profile.